Hey, Shalom Akim, Yahoo, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Kakadash, Barakatam, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Grimstone, well, to the Akim Akwat, throughout the falcons of the earth, holding on in sincerity and in truth, with diligence of mind to the gospel of the Lord Mashiach Yahushai in these days and times. This Benam Nasher, this Kim, short lesson for the hopeful elect. So in Palestine, we know that. They'll constantly be under attack by Amalek, so-called Israelis. All right, and it's a rough way to live, man. Being under constant attack. That's the curse that the Lord puts upon our people, man. You know, to live in a rough, in a rough state of mind, man. In a rough environment. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 66 says, "And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life." So that's the burden. We have to realize that we must deal with, man. In righteousness and in faith, because we're still in captivity. And we have to learn to abide by the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord of Mashiach Yahushua. You have to, meditate upon them, and you just have to carry your cross. That's what this pilgrimage, it's about, man. You have to carry your cross. You have to apply your faith as you go through this journey, because it's tough. You're constantly being afflicted on a daily basis. So over there in the land of Palestine, you have all this crisis, public health crisis, and then you hear about the infestation of rodents, and the disaster over there, man. Public health disaster, contamination of people's food, water. Folks getting attacked by these insects, and this rats. So it's rough. Infection. It's always gonna be a constant occurrence in a environment like that. So I just played a clip. You see how folks are just jumbled up together, man. That's how disease infestation can spread rapidly.
Depend over our field reports found that more than 59% of our people suffer from insufficient drinking water, and more than 55 are uncertain whether the water they consume is safe or no. And also nearly 94% of families report food spoilage. Rodent infestation also, Amy, has become widespread inside shelter due to the environmental collapse. So when we talk about the most alarming findings came from a recent field survey examining the relationship between rodent infestation, water scarcity and displacement, concerns and inside Gaza. Scientifically, we are now facing what can be described as a compound environmental epidemic crisis. The survey revealed that the overwhelming majority of displaced families are living with severe rodent infestation inside tents and shelters. Food is also contaminated. Shelter are damaged. Water is stored under unsafe conditions also, and rodents have become part of children's daily environment. There is no longer simply sanitation issue. It's evidence of the collapse of the most basic conditions necessary for human life. We talk about continuity for destruction of the environment, and also we and my people sieged just in the shrinked area. The Israeli forces still control more than 60% of Gaza Strip area.
Yeah, so you're gonna have issues of malaria. You know, when you have stagnant water, it's all type cholera, dysentery. Then you're talking about all this situation on the cruise line. You know, about people getting exposed to this chaos, man. You know, folks just don't, get the memo that when a person's livelihood, gets uprooted, they have to start from the scratch. And when the system, their so-called public utilities system, gets dismantled, this is the type of situation you're gonna have. You know, odor, poor, no, let's just say sewer management, man. Sewer management, all this wastewater. Folks gotta, take a shower. They gotta wash their plates. They gotta use the bathroom and all that stuff. All that waste has to go somewhere. That's the reason why the Lord said that when out there in the field, man, you just don't take a number two and, just dump and just walk away. You're supposed to dig a hole, and then you do your business in it, and then you cover it up. So those are just the basics of, public health measures that people need to be aware of, man. You have to understand the chaos, man. You have to avoid. So you know about the curses, man. It says, "Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and of long continuance." Yeah, so that's the issue, man. When Jake doesn't have a proper structure to deal with a public health crisis, this is what happens: plagues, plagues, plagues. Children getting all types of infections, adults having infections, and all that stuff. It's horrible. It's horrible. Jeremiah 19:8, "And I will make thy city desolate, and hasten. Every one that passeth thereby shall be astonished, and hiss because of all the plagues thereof." Right? So you understand, man, these plagues are no joke, man. The plagues that, the Lord can unleash is just a lesson, to take note of, man. So that you understand that the Lord is serious about His words. The Lord is serious about Him being reverenced, and yeah, it's gonna be horrible, man. It's gonna be horrible for a lot of people in these last days, man. When there is no utility, to support their daily lives, it becomes a headache. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. Yep, it's gonna be rough. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. That's why you gotta pray that the Most High gives you that spiritual fortitude to maintain your composure, so that you don't panic and become stuck in a sunken place, man. Yeah, because having mental fatigue is no joke. All right, so Second Ezra 15:5, "Behold," said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, right, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Yeah, so you just gotta pray, man, that you're able to escape, this crazy situation, man, because you can imagine stuck in a detention facility and then you don't have no proper sanitary conditions. That's a hotbed of infestation. You know, then you gotta deal with infections and transmissions and all that stuff, and then you don't have no proper medical care. So, you know, you're in the hands of the Lord. You just gotta pray that you have what it takes to get through uh, that dark passage. The dark tunnel. You have to maintain your faith. So that's about it. You have to understand this is not ideal living conditions. You know, for a person to live in. That's why we need a better rulership upon the face of the earth. We need the kingdom of heaven, to be established, man, because it's irritating, man, to see these situations. Even though it's happening, it's required to happen. You still have to understand, man, this is not the way to live. On sanitary conditions, it's not emblematic of paradise. So that's a summary of this lesson, man. The Lord doesn't want this world to be a garbage dump, man. The world has to be renewed. Shalom.